What was that like to, though, settle on returning to Milwaukee? I know when you got here, you kind of had good feelings, good thoughts, but, it's a little, it's business in the off season, right?
Yeah.
So how did that process go with, like, hey, Milwaukee's the place I want to return to?
Yeah, I mean, I got a great agent, so shout out to my agents, Sam and Jack. But they handle the business side of things. I do the work on the court, and of course, at the end of the season, I told them that I would like to make Milwaukee a home. They gave me opportunity, so definitely was relieved and happy that we got it done in the offseason.
What do you think fit well, worked well for you at the end of last year? What do you like? What did you like about the fit here?
I mean, we got Giannis. That's one thing. And then we got a bunch of dogs and guys that are opportunists and that are hungry. And I learned a lot just being with an organization, being here just in general, with the daily things as a group that has to be done. And honestly, it was good coming over here, fast pace, being surrounded by shooters. I love the pass. Of course, I'm a point guard, so everything kind of was easy to fit in jail. And the culture, of course, I love the Bucks culture, the city and everything. So it was easy for me to gel for sure.
Doc was talking a little bit about how you lived a bunch of different lives in your career, right? Yeah. A bunch of different roles in certain teams. And one of the things they said was like, it's different when you're playing in Houston and like take whatever shot you want, you're doing and everything, and then coming to a team like this. What did you kind of think about this offseason about trying to take on a big role for a team that is trying to play for a championship and kind of do that?
Definitely. I was able to accomplish some things individually and with the Rockets, but like you said, we were losing. It's night and day when you're winning. So definitely being able to be that impactful and one of those guys that is relied on a winning organization is something I haven't done yet. And I think Doc and this whole coaching staff believes that, I can be a heavily usage, impactful guy. And I believe in myself too, so I'm excited for the opportunity.
Yesterday, Doc kind of circled that last year you guys were 29th in the league in touches.
Yeah.
That wasn't enough. That you guys, if you want to shoot as many threes as you want to do, you can get into the paint. What has that kind of been like for you? I know that was an emphasis for you once you got here last year that they wanted you to try.
Yeah, I mean, I'm naturally a guy that can get by my the first defender. So hopefully, or as you can see, late in the season, that kind of translated me being able to get to the paint and kick out to shooters or finish myself. And just got to do more of that. I think Doc sees the potential of where we can be when we do drive and kick and or drive to score. And he just wants more of it. So it's ultimately going to make us a better team, so we got to do it.
What does Doc say? Energy been like kind of going to start training again?
Oh, man, shoot, what you see is what you get. Doc is always hyper energy guy, and he's an old head, but for some reason he's never dull. He always got a lot of energy. 7 in the morning, 12 at night, it don't matter. Doc, you're gonna get the same Doc every time. So he's been a leader, of course, when it comes to that, and we follow Doc. So
Going back to the paint touch, how much of that for you is rim pressure? Because we know when you get to that elbow, that's a spot for you. But obviously, getting to the rim or a finish there, or then that, I guess for you, is that a big part of that paint touch? Is just rim pressure getting to that point.
I mean that's part of my development also, and just knowing when to get to my mid range, when it's time to go to my touch shots in the paint. But, the start of the shot clock, things like that. We got 18, 15, 16. You want to touch the paint, put pressure on the rim, and try to get my guys going. But, if it's butter time, 7, 6, 5, then I'm going to get to, my spots and see what I can do with it. But, that's something that Doc wants to see out of me this year is just really put pressure on the paint and look for my guys.
I think last year we kind of got used to slower pace. Giannis walking it up or Dame walking it up, and what you guys do in the half court, that made sense. But this year, obviously, Doc has really pushed pace.
Yeah.
Just what has that been like for you, and kind of what are the touch points that you guys be thinking about?
A little bit from last year, he always told me like I got to be the guy to push the pace. Like you said, we had a group last year that was really good half court and played a little slower. Then I came off the bench and kind of sped things up a little bit. And now I can be the one that start it off and then get our pace right, get the tempo right, and then we go from there. But there's gonna be times where you slow the ball down and it's winning time, and you got to value possession, you got to get a good play call. But most of the game, pretty much all the game, if we can, we want to get stops and go and run. And that's our identity, and at least that's what we want it to be. So.
How helpful was it? I mean, in the moment, it was not good for you all. That Dame obviously had a blood clot. And hurt. That said, you're off the ball, right? Giannis has the ball. You got to live that a little bit with him. Now that you're going forward, clearly Doc has said we're going to lean into him running stuff. And so to you to have that experience off ball, but with him, how helpful can that be as you guys can look to kind of expand that?
For sure. I think Giannis is a good passer, underrated passer. And we've seen that a little bit of last year, years before that, of course, but he was really good. I think he had like an 8-game triple-double or thing like that where you really seen his playmaking ability. And I think we all loved it. Giannis is Giannis, so, when he drives, pretty much the whole team is going to, try to stop him. And he's putting trust in his guys where, all right, if I draw 4, I did my job enough, I can